Kamusta?
Syempre, I don't know because I've never read that story. I mean, although we do kasi small read-along, so it's always very casual. I don't know kasi how other people do it. Like, we've had like storytellers in activities who are so good at it. Like, they have little dances. I don't think I'll ever be like that. But then kasi, I think naman, just people, I think, ano kasi, when I was young, I didn't really read a lot of children's books. So, now, I like collecting children's books, especially when I travel. Kasi, especially when it's a foreign language, at least kahit paano you can understand it. And then you also find out like a little bit about other people's culture. So I really love just the idea of reading and people gathering in a circle and, you know, parang just listening talaga. Because it does a lot for kids. Like, we always discuss about how hard it is for people to read nowadays. Because of course we're so used to 160 characters or whatever. But I think just them listening and knowing that, you know, one day maybe also you can write your own book. And then, of course, you have to graduate from children's books eventually. But it's something kasi that's always nice to go back to, especially nowadays, diba, the way they make the art for some books is just so amazing. I don't know. Sorry.
Ano yung impact sa'yo or yung significance sa'yo nung reading the book to kids who are...
I think it's just my own way of, kasi nga, when I was young, I didn't read children's books so much. So, even when I grew up, I had a hard time in school, especially in college when you have a lot of parang reading list. You have a major reading list and then you're not used to it. So, it's just my own way of telling people na, hey, so these kids in particular, well, I'm just happy that they were listening and that they were participating. Kasi nga, the story is a bit unconventional. So I just like the fact that, you know, boys, when you talk about cars, their eyes light up. But more than that, I was surprised that girls pala also have parang dreams of having pink cars. Because when I was a kid, I also wanted a pink Corvette. Because nga, that's what my Barbie owned. So parang it's cute lang to know that, you know, kasi parang you would think that girls want things like clothes or something hikay like that. But it's nice to know that they have goals like that as well.
Kanina you were saying na parang you take offense na sinasabing cancer kids.
Hindi naman offense. I think because we've worked with patients for a long time, yung things you learn along the way. Of course, I've made that mistake as well. Okay. I'm not saying that it's something I'm offended by. No, it's just the years of working with the doctora. I find out the do's and don'ts because we are with the kids a lot.
So what?
Like they're very well, they're just kitty kids. If some people ask, they are pediatric cancer patients, but at least that's a term that's so parang. And parang it's just too big a word for them to understand sometimes. So it's not so, but to be labeled kasi as a cancer kid might be a bit hard.
So kanina yung reception naman ng kids sa'yo, how did you...
Well, yung Child Haus kids kasi we've been working with them for many years. So I pretty much know them. I mean, some kids come and go and we're always glad when the kids graduate. That's what they call it. That means they're well. And Mother Ricky always says we don't want to really see you again kasi seeing you again in the home means the cancer has come back. Although they do come visit for parties and anniversaries naman.
So, what do you hope yung main takeaway ng kids after this activity? Ano yung sana maalala nila the most?
I keep bugging them naman talaga to read. So, I just want them to just have that, parang the practice of it, the habit of reading. There's a lot of books there, but it's just that, syempre, kasi they don't get to go to school so much. So, it's different for them. And I just wish lang that, you know, more people who do activities, you know, think about like yung mga read-along.